Your first comic, I don't even have it on here, I don't know why I'm looking. I got to know this guy over the past year or so. He runs a ton of comedy shows throughout Kitsap County. He literally is known as the godfather of Kitsap comedy because he'll whack you if you set up a show somewhere else. So I had to put him on the show tonight because, I don't want to die. I'm kidding, that's not true. Very funny guy. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hand together for Joseph Rogers.
Hello, Bainbridge. This is a beautiful crowd, beautiful place. Give it up for yourselves for coming out and supporting live comedy. Yes. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot stand the holiday season. I am glad it's over. What about you guys? Who hates the holidays? Yeah, same. It's just a waste of money and time. It's crazy. My reason mostly is the obligation of hanging out with your family, My family's a bunch of addicts, right? So when I go hang out with my family, they look at me like I think I'm better than them because I just smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, Mom, I thought you'd be proud of me for choosing a non-addictive drug, And my mom's the kind of mom, too, she'll try to justify things. She'll be like, alcohol's just as bad as meth. Right? Who says that, right? I have never had a beer and lost a tooth. I have never had a six-pack and started building a go-kart with 4 different lawnmower engines. I have never chugged a beer and woke up a street mechanic in Belfair. You know what I'm saying? Like, weed's the best thing I've ever done. But, the thing is with the holidays, too, is I try to get in the spirit. I really do. Last Thanksgiving, I tried getting in the spirit. We had a bunch of food left over, so I put a bunch on a plate, put some foil over it, went down and found a homeless person on the side of the freeway to donate the food to. And I found somebody and I gave it to him. And they go, oh, thank you so much. God bless, God bless. And they threw the food on the ground and took the foil. I was like, what? What are we doing here? Okay, I can tell some of you don't know what they do with foil. So that's But I even went to Rite Aid recently to go get foil, and they had it locked up. Yeah, you guys see that? That's crazy. Next to the condoms. Like, what? I had to get an attendant to come unlock it for me, and I was like, oh my goodness, are they stealing foil now? And she goes, worse, they're just ripping off a piece at a time. I'm like, oh, that's more ghetto than stealing it. Because the way my brain works, like if you just steal it, that's like a year's worth, right? I don't know. But the holidays are tough. It's okay. I don't know if you guys can tell by looking at me what my least favorite holiday is. Valentine's Day, yeah, who said that? That was quick. You got it, nailed it, yeah. I hate that holiday, it's the worst. It's too much pressure on a man, right? My girlfriend and I, we've been together for 20 years, and this last Valentine's Day, she goes, it's our 20th Valentine's Day, Joe, you better get me something special. Yeah, because I didn't know that a White Claw and a Kit Kat every year is not romantic, So I did what any desperate guy would do, and I went to a female friend for advice. Yeah, that's never let me down. I said, I want to do something special for Valentine's Day. What should I do? She said, oh, Joe, if you want to do something special, just go to Jared. Yeah, look at me, people. Do I look like that I know that Jared's a jewelry store? Because turns out Jared is also the name of my drug dealer. Yeah. So when she said go to Jared, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder, what should I get her from Jared? She said, you want to get her something flashy. I was like, okay. She said, you want to get her something when she gets it, she'll be on cloud 9, right? She's talking diamonds. I'm thinking LSD, right? So I did what any hopeless romantic does, and I went to Jared and got her some LSD for Valentine's Day. Dripped it in her coffee in the morning, like you do. And I gave her coffee, and I started making her an omelet, because that's her favorite thing that I make, so I'm making her an omelet. And I will say, when I made the omelet, I probably didn't have to do this, but I made tomato for a tongue, olives for eyes, broccoli for ears, and cheese for a nose. Gave her omelet, she starts eating it, and then she stops and says, Joe, why is my omelet talking to me right now? I was like, what? What's it saying? She said, that's besides the point. I said, no, this could be an important message for a parallel universe, right? She said, it's not. I said, how do you know that? She said, because my omelet just keeps telling me I'm excellent. Oh, that's a groaner, I guess, in Bainbridge Islands. It's a long way to go for a play on words, I know. It is my cleanest joke, so yeah, let's get the fun started. Yeah. I know what you guys are probably thinking. Man, this guy looks like Jesus if his dad didn't care about him. Right? My friend told me recently, she said, Joe, you look like you tried out for ISIS but failed the drug test. I was like, oh, that's okay. I know what I really look like, though. I definitely look like somebody that does not have car insurance, right? You get hit by someone that looks like me, you're like, fuck, they don't have car insurance. It's true, I haven't had car insurance for 10 years now. I don't know why I expected a round of applause for that, but I'm proud. Don't act like some of you ain't riding dirt. Okay, this is Bainbridge. You probably all have car insurance. I do that joke in Bremerton, and I get a round of applause every time, okay? Shoot. But here's the thing, right? Maybe some of you had to ride dirty for a couple days. Here's what I learned about not having car insurance, right? Turns out it makes you a way better driver, right? You stop at all the yellow lights, you never go more than 5 over, and you definitely won't be tailgating a Tesla anytime soon. Because I'm 100% straight, but I still had the thoughts, I did not wonder how many D's I got to S to pay for that bumper. Thank you, one clap. Thank you, I appreciate that, that's good. You know what I'm talking about, yeah. Being broke changes you, man. It changes you, it really does. For example, I heard some change drop the other day, and immediately I was like, that was 37 cents. And my friend was with me, picked up and counted it. He's like, sorry, Joe, you were wrong. There was 42 cents there. I was like, check again. There was a Canadian nickel in there. That shit don't count. He's like, wow, Joe, how do you know the sound change makes so well? I was like, I've been using a Coinstar my entire life, okay? I know the sound change makes. Here's how I know I'm more broke than anybody here. Do you guys remember what it was like to float a check? Yeah, okay, yes, yeah, you guys remember when the struggle's real, you know, you gotta do something. For those of you that don't know, because you've just been so balling your whole life, back in the day when you used to be able to write a check for something, you can write a check on a Friday night, and you had about till Tuesday to get the money in your account before the check cleared, right? Float a check, yeah. Well, this is how I know I'm more broke than anybody here. One time, I floated myself a check. Yeah. Wrote a check for $200 in my own name, deposited it in the ATM, took out the $200. Now, here's the thing. You can't be all willy-nilly with that $200 and get blowing hookers like you want to, right? Because it's going to come back Tuesday and hit your account. So you know what I did? I made an investment. Yeah. I bought an ounce of weed. Sold it over the weekend, turned it into $240, put the $200 back in my account. I just made $40 writing myself a check. What do you know about that, Bainbridge? Yeah, thank you. Good response. I was afraid that was going to be a completely unrelatable joke to Bainbridge, but you guys respect the investment part of it. Yeah. I can tell some of you, like, that is not fiscally responsible at all. And you are right. You look like an accountant. Yeah. No, you're not an accountant? Okay. You look like you do well with your money, right? Yeah. You look very comfortable. Yes. He's got like 40 NVIDIA stock, I could tell. This is great. But here's the thing, too, right? They got rid of checks, probably because of me. Who knows? But I learned something. Another life hack, people. I went up to my ATM the other day. I had 18 cents in my account. Yeah, not flexing. And I put my card in, and I said, withdraw. And it said, how much would you like to withdraw today? I was like, okay, we got this far. I said, $800. And you know what it said? Do you want to pay a $35 fee for this transaction? I was like, hell yeah, I do. And it gave me $800. Yeah, I was not as responsible with that $800. Now I'm negative $835.18. Yeah, that is not FDIC approved at all. And I hear Biden spouting off all this stuff about student loan debt forgiveness, and I'm just sitting here like, hey, what about us little guys? What about ATM loan debt forgiveness? What about us? And I can't legally say the name of the bank, but it rhymes with Wells Fargo. In case anybody here is in a pinch and needs a loan, you know, they'll give it to you. It's crazy. Yeah, it's been 6 years. I'm still paying it off. Yeah, and here's the thing too, right? Like, and whenever I come out to places like this, I love it. It's beautiful. It's impressive. I got gas earlier before I came out here, and like a gas station in Bainbridge, and I saw this thing. I don't know if you guys seen this thing rich people do, where they put in the gas pump and they walk away. You guys see that flex? Oh my goodness. I was stressing for this guy, and I was like, oh, he's probably fine, right? Because I'm sitting here at the gas pump trying to get it on like the right cent, you know? Just freaking out, because if I go over a cent, now I got to figure out how to get a penny in the ATM machine, you know? The struggle's real. But yeah, it's interesting. Like I said earlier, I do have a girlfriend. We've been together for 20 years. Don't clap. It's fun. It's fun. We're not married, which is nice. It is a mostly monogamous relationship. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. The reason why is because sometimes she gets drunk and makes out with chicks in the bathroom. Yeah. I tried to make her jealous one night, and I was making out with a bunch of dudes in the bathroom, but she didn't care. Yeah. Turns out it's hard to make your girlfriend jealous when she's passed out outside the bar. Yeah. But here's the thing. I do think after 20 years, though, she still wants me to propose to her. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Here's some ahs. Yeah, that's not romantic at all. And it's not that she told me that. It's just that she's been giving me some really nice compliments lately. Like recently, she said, Joe, I wish that I can live long enough that I can clone you. Yeah. I was like, wow, that's a compliment. Nice try. I'm still not going to propose, you know? And I go, well, how many of me would you want, right? And she goes, how many of me do you think I want? And I was like, I know a trick question when I hear one, okay? I am not answering that because I know the answer I just came up with is definitely not the same answer you have. You tell me why you want 3 of me. And she goes, okay, I'll send off to one to work to make money. I'd have one do chores around the house, and I'd have one in the bedroom with me at all times. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, if you think those other 2 are true clones of me, they're going to quit their jobs, they're going to bust through that bedroom door, they're going to have a good old time with you. One will be standing in the corner, but don't worry about him. He was a misprint in the cloning machine, apparently. He's just over there watching. Okay, I wasn't sure if Bainbridge was going to get my cuck joke. That's good. That's good. Oh, I totally forgot to mention, when I was at the gas station admiring the guy that walked away, he looked at me, he caught me admiring him, and he looked at me and he goes, you're from Bremerton, aren't you? And I'm like, yes. Yes, I am. Nailed it. Dang, that's crazy. I will say, when it comes to long-term relationships, to keep them successful, obviously everybody knows communication is the key, right? Very important. My girlfriend, she communicated something to me recently. She said, Joe, one of these nights, I want you to buy me some lingerie and just rip it off me. I was like, yes, I could do that, right? So I got her some lingerie, showed up in the mail, I gave it to her, she put it on, fit her perfect. She looked beautiful. And it came time to do the thing. We're warming up, right? And she goes, just rip it off me, Joe, just rip it off me. And I go to rip it off her, and I couldn't do it. She's like, what's wrong, Joe? Why aren't you ripping it off me? I was like, I paid $8 for this, okay? I had to float a check for this, okay? You guys are a great crowd. My name is Joseph Rogers. Thank you. Love you. Have a good night.